forth out of this land. But I had pity for mine holy name, which the house of Israel had profaned among the heathen whither they went. Therefore say unto the house of Israel, thus saith the Lord God, I do not this for your sakes, O house of Israel, but I do it for mine holy name's sake, which ye have profaned among the heathen whither ye went. I will sanctify my great name, which was profaned among the heathen, which ye were profaned in the midst of them, and the heathen shall know that I am the Lord, saith I am the Lord God, when I shall be sanctified in you before their eyes. Verse 24, I will take you from among the heathen and gather you out of all countries and will bring you into your own land. Now how did the Lord do that? He set up his son to die on the cross, and then through his son commissioned the apostles to go out. So when they were going out teaching to the Gentiles, yes, they were speaking in places where actual Gentiles did reside, but out of the midst of those areas you had Israelites. And the apostle, especially Apostle Paul, he was talking to the Israelites that were living in those lands and telling them to come back. Some received it, some didn't. It's so many variations to what was going on. You had Israelites who knew they were Israelites, but they chose not to follow the customs. You had Israelites who didn't know they were Israelites. You had the Jews that were born in Jerusalem talking shit about the Jews that were born outside of Jerusalem, calling them Gentiles, calling them heathen.
Yeah, when you really, if I can say this, if you want to break it down the same way you say they tooted their nose up, Gentile was a derogatory term for an Israelite to be in.
Exactly.
It was just like saying it was derogatory. So when you see Gentiles in the New Testament, it's Israelites that didn't know their heritage, and that tension and that drama that you spoke about, that existed between Israel, because they weren't keeping the laws, but they knew that they were by flesh Israelites that weren't keeping the laws, so they called them Gentiles. And that's why that conversation happened in John 7, where it said when he go to the disperse amongst the Gentiles and teach those Gentiles, because that's what they consider it.
And the crazy part about it, our people do that to this day. Like a Puerto Rican will look at them, you know what I'm saying? Like a Puerto Rican that was born and raised in Puerto Rico will kind of look down on a Puerto Rican that was born and raised here. Even the Spanish sounds different. So that same spirit we had back then, we have it today. We do the same shit. Well, you ain't a real Puerto Rican, man. You wasn't born and raised in Puerto Rico. Your Spanish don't even sound, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead. That's the same thing.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 1. Now concerning spiritual gifts, brethren, I would...
Hold on, stop right there. He said concerning spiritual gifts, brethren. We read in Romans 9 when Paul said, my brethren and my kinsmen were Israelites, according to the flesh. So when Paul says brethren here, we know that he's talking to Israelites. Live at the church of Corinth. Go ahead, huh?
Now concerning spiritual gifts, brethren, I would not have you ignorant. Ye knew that ye were Gentiles carried away unto these dumb idols, even as ye were led.
How were we led? The Most High scattered us and said that we were going to what? Serve other gods, even wood and stone. That's how we were led, right? But it says also that we were Gentiles.
What about, did he ever speak to a non-Israelite? Did a non-Israelite get engrafted in the vine?
No. You can't get engrafted into the vine because when you read Jeremiah, it says that the wild broke off. So it was originally a part of the tree. So you get what I'm saying? So it's going back to where it came from. You get what I'm trying to say? American, for instance,
A non-Israelite.
not a non-Israelite. These
Not
are
be
all
saved yet.
You gotta understand that this
They don't got hope yet.
the covenant and the promises are an inheritance. It's passed down from Abraham, Isaac to Jacob. That's Jacob's inheritance. The kingdom of heaven is his inheritance that was passed down from forefather to forefather. You can't include, nobody else is including what your father gives you in this last world.
and beautiful point.
It's the same concept.
What about through his lineage?
Right, yeah. But you got
I can be adopted and receive the inheritance.
Romans 9 says, what did the adoption pertain to according to Romans 9?
No, what I'm getting at is I literally was adopted. I am now a palacios. Whatever my mother and father leaves behind, that's mine.
Right.
But I'm not blood.
Okay.
Okay, but that's the same thing.
But I inherited
Surely your father.
my mother and father's kingdom. Whatever is their inheritance.
Well, the Lord is not the
Now,
author of
Christ
confusion.
came. Did not Christ come and his descendants from there on?
His descendants and came and died for us to give the kingdom of heaven to you. Has always been the seed of Jacob, the literal seed.
So there's no hope for the rest.
But you gotta understand this. You gotta understand this. So, in the kingdom of heaven, this is the governing class. This is the governing
That's
nation.
God's focus.
Yeah,
It's the governing nation of the planet Earth. The other nations are going to exist in the kingdom of heaven. They're just not going to be perfect. So they're going to come to Zion to learn the law from perfect children of Israel. They're going to govern the world under the 140. The 140. Eventually, the entire nation is going to
And that's why you gotta read Deuteronomy chapter 28 and understand the blessings and the curses. And when you do realize that, you're gonna realize that it's just gonna do this. It's just gonna do a crisscross. The same way you see the white man in the towers giving the loans out, it's gonna be Negroes, Latinos, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the ones gonna be giving the money out. But the way we're gonna do it is right. The senator, the lowest real judge, the lowest people on the earth will be the highest.
So, are you guys Israeli?
Israelites.
Are you guys Israelites?
You are too.
Okay.
I got a quick one.
You like that? You like that?
Hey, It's Jake. I got a quick one for you. This is Joel chapter 2, verse 32. And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord shall be delivered. For in Mount Zion and in Jerusalem shall be deliverance, as the Lord has said, in the remnant whom the Lord shall call.
So that 144 and that innumerable multitude of revelations is the remnant of the nation of Yahawah.
Not the other nations.
Remember, we were scattered, so it says out of every tongue, out of. Not of those kindreds, but out of them, because we were scattered through all. You got it. Bring out.
Matthew 15, verse 24. It say, but he said and answered, he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
So his sacrifice death was to establish the new covenant for the nation of Israel. And remember what the Lord told Abraham, through your seed the world will be blessed. So this nation being made perfect and governing this world with the laws of the Lord in their heart and governing the world in that fashion is going to bless the other nations. They're not going to be in an unrighteous position. It says the wicked are in authority and people born, but when the righteous are in authority, they rejoice. So when the righteous are put in authority, there's always going to be order in this place. Exactly. So right now, Europeans or so-called white man is the ruling governing class of the planet. And you have bases everywhere. It's unspoken. This nation is going to be the governing body of the planet. That Daniel was talking about. The devil that turned into an exceeding great mountain.
Yeah, so it's not like we're all gonna die, we're gonna pass away, we're gonna go to heaven, there's nothing for us to do.
What you know the Lord's
There's
Prayer?
work that still needs to
You know
be
the Lord's
done.
Prayer?
That's why I read to you in Hebrew.
You know the Lord's Prayer? Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Right.
Thy kingdom come, thine will be done on earth
As it is in heaven.
And the earth is gonna be in such righteousness, it's literally gonna emulate the righteousness and the order that's in the spiritual heaven where the Most High sits. It's gonna be a mirroring image of it. Complete order.
Just like in Isaiah, the second chapter, it tells you that from Zion shall go forth the law.
Right.
So in Zion, when this people is made perfect, they're going to become the mediator between the Lord and the other nations.
Yeah, we're gonna be beating their ass to get it's not gonna
That's
be.
what happens.
Yeah, we're gonna be fucking them
Same
up.
thing that's happening to us right here.
Yeah. The same way they indoctrinated us with their philosophies. Yeah,
Lord is
it's gonna,
judge.
yeah, man. Yeah, we're gonna do it back to them, and that's scripture.
But-
That's biblical.
This is
But
not, this right here is
our
not gonna
get
go
back
unjudged.
will be loving.
Yeah,
I'll
bro.
get back.
No, well, it's gonna be a physical.
gonna be
It's gonna be
different.
righteous. It's
It's
gonna be
righteous.
It's gonna be right. It's gonna be physical, but it's gonna be righteous and physical. Like
Like
we're
Lord
not gonna
say-
be chopping motherfuckers' penises off like they did.
Yeah.
You know what? Fucking motherfuckers in the ass. That's the gay shit the white man does. We're gonna beat their ass with a rod of iron, crack them over the fucking head. And, hey, get right.
Right, that's why the Lord
Yeah.
says there shall be a recompense.
Right.
Go to that word recompense, that means a righteous.
Because the Lord's a judge. Whatever has been done, he said, you shall reap what you sow.
He says, wait, he says,
Right here, let me bring this up.
I was just saying, I mean,
the
one
Lord
point though,
reigns, let the earth be glad. Let the distant shores rejoice, for righteousness and justice are the foundation of my throne.
Exactly.
And fire goes before me and consumes my foes on every side.
Exactly.
My lightning shall light up the world.
Yeah.
The earth shall see and tremble.
What is he
The
talking
mountains
about?
will melt like
What is
wax
that
before
talking
the
about?
Lord.
that's
Before the
that's
Lord of
What is
all
that
earth,
talking about?
The heavens shall proclaim his
What is that
righteousness,
talking about, though?
and all people will see his glory.
What is that talking about?
Bring out your precept, Mark.
This 2 Thessalonians,
This look like this.
this 2 Thessalonians chapter 1, verse 6.
Yep.
It says, seeing it is a righteous thing with God to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. It's a righteous thing with the Lord to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. And you can
Could you grab that Revelation 13 down? Because what you just said, justice. The Lord is about justice. Now, he put the children of Israel in captivity under the Egyptians, right? Once that time passed, what did he do? He judged the Egyptians. And the same thing he did every captivity. He sent the children of Israel. He said, anybody that touches you, touch the apple of my eye. For that, I'm going to destroy those things. This is the same thing. When they came over here and they committed genocide to create a country, they made an offense. Then they made a double offense because they were the children of Israel. And the Lord has a track record of judging nations that oppress us.
Revelation chapter 13, verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear.
Every man has ear, so this is saying that you have understanding, that you understand.
We're going to be perfect. They're not.
He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience in the faith of the saints.
So if you consider yourself a saint of the Lord, you're supposed to be patient and faithfully waiting to put your slave master into slavery, man. Hey, Isaiah 14:1, man. Isaiah 14:1. It tells you that.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's another element about the kingdom of heaven that's not talked about.
Yeah.
And that's the captivity.
In Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 16, it says, therefore, all that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thy adversaries, every one of them shall go into captivity, and they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all they that prey upon thee will I give for a prayer.
So what the so-called white man did to our nation will be recompense back onto him.
And the only
It is justice.
They gonna get a double cup of that.
The only difference between the other, hey, when you read the book of Obadiah, it says that Esau was the small among the heathen, right? Now, even among all the heathen are underneath us, right? But even in the world of the heathens, they're the lowest of the low. In Job, it calls them a base man. The difference between Esau and these other heathen nations, after 1,000 years, we're gonna put all the so-called white people to death. They won't exist no more. They won't exist.
Let's get
Because
it.
they're
We're
a
gonna get out
cancer to the earth. When somebody with cancer goes to get chemotherapy, they don't tell the doctor, save some of the cancer cells. This cancer cell is good. This cancer cell is bad. No, you get rid of all the fucking cancer cells.
Obadiah 1:18.
Yeah, I got it. I'm on it. He gonna need a scripture for that one.
Get Obadiah.
You know what I'm saying? They may get blonde hair, blue eyes with recessive traits. He has a genetic deformity. Look like it's beautiful. Chemtrails, GMO foods.
Oh, no.
The homosexual agenda. having your kids looking at maggot trees.
I wasn't studying.
This high, talking about it's okay. You know, we bathe in it.
Hey, I got a
Hey, listen.
Hey, I got a scripture.
Hey, it's a sin to
So he
even
said,
build a
he
building.
said that Esau, the house of Esau was wiped out. Go get the scripture. I know you want to get the scripture.
This is
Obadiah 1, Obadiah 18. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord has spoken.
oh, matter. So
That's a whole nation that's going to be wiped out. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 149, verse 6. I'm going to start at 6. Let the high praises of the Most High be in their mouth and a two-edged sword in their hand, to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron. Same thing that they did
You
to
see that? That's a yoke of iron right there. You know what that was for? When a slave ran away, they put that shit on his neck so he couldn't run through the woods. He would get caught up on bushes and trees and shit. That's what that was for. They did that to my people. Well, you know, we all the same people, but they did that to my tribe, they did that to their tribe. You know, a lot of Spanish-speaking people don't want to admit that, hey, the slave trade started with y'all. You know, so y'all were the first ones to get into all that. Y'all were getting beat up way a lot longer than when they went to the West Africa and got Benjamin, Judah, and Rico. You know? But yeah, man, they're gonna get a swift recompense, man.
Yes,
Swift. The scripture says it's gonna be swift, man.
I got a, I'm gonna just real quick, the definition in the Bible dictionary of Edom, just the last paragraph. Edom figures prominently in the prophetic scriptures as the scene of great future judgment. She is the only neighbor of the Israelites who was not given any promise of mercy from God.
Wait a minute. Hey, since you said that, hold on. Hey, get Hebrews 12:16. Hey, you got Hebrews. Hold on. He just read. We're gonna get at other scriptures, right? This is Paul speaking.
Right. Because Esau is evil.
Yeah.
Right? This is Hebrews chapter 12, verse 16. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. For ye know how that afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected, for he found no place of repentance, though he sought it carefully with tears.
So that whole doctrine about Jesus dying for everybody is cut right there with that one scripture.
No place of
Because
repentance,
they
bro.
just says he found no place of repentance. He can't repent. The white man can't repent. He can't. The so-called white man. Esau and his descendants cannot repent.
First of all, to repent, you got to be under the law.
Exactly. And that's talking about, that repentance is talking about selling the birthright.
I know that God is a God of warfare.
Hey, come on, man, don't do it. Hey,
Hey, yo, we had him for a minute.
Hey, look, fight those guys. Hey,
Hold on.
just
Jacob
go back
have I
in
loved,
Romans
Esau
9 and
have I
get,
hated.
just go back further down.
I've been with you this whole time, Bob.
Oh.
And all jokes, I've been growing. Why you messing around?
Let's bring this out. This Psalm 37, verse 20. It say, but the wicked shall perish, and the enemies of the Lord shall be as fat of lamb. They shall consume into smoke. They shall consume away. He just read to you that the whole nation of Esau shall be consumed. They shall consume away the
Now, you know
smoke.
why it says the fat of lambs? It's because they used to burn the fat of the lamb when it was sick. Now, what's one sin that you can't be forgiven for? Revelation 2. Revelation 2. I got it. You got it? I'll get
Esau is just unforgiving. But there's only one unforgivable sin, that's the blasphemy of the Holy Spirit.
No, No, the sin, the blasphemous sin cannot be forgiven, right? But the Most High put that spirit in them. That's that spirit that they have to justify getting rid of all of them. Yeah, the Most High doesn't know what is.
You got one? Go ahead.
He gave every nation on the planet Earth their due time to rule the earth. Whether it was the Babylonian, the Persian, the Media, Esau, who runs it right now. You know, even we got a quick 40 year little something on the King David and King Solomon. But because guess what? Every nation is going to look at how we're going to run this earth and be like, damn, we blew it when we had the kingdom.
That's why they're known as the sons of perdition.
Which the word perdition means destruction. And John 10:10 tells you that he comes not but to steal, to kill, and to destroy. It only takes common sense to know who the fuck that's talking. Sorry, I don't mean that, but I get passionate about this, you know? Who that's talking about the idiot, right? They made over 600 treaties with the North American Indians and broke every last fucking one of them. They gotta get judged for that, man. Hey, let me ask you a question. Are we not getting judged for what our forefathers did right now? Did not Daniel get judged for what his people did? He was righteous, right? We're paying for our sins of our ancestors. They're going to pay for the sins of their ancestors. That's only right. But the only difference between them, they did dirt, and now they're trying to skirt and run out of the problem now. Now they're, oh, my best friend's auntie's mom is black. I'm not a racist. Like, that's how they do it now. They're trying to skate out of it with the smooth words. That's how they do it. I have a black friend. Right, I have a black friend. My mom's grandson is black. You know what I'm saying?
A black baby.
Yeah. Exactly.
I got one.
Yo, they gonna get fucking destroyed.
This is Ezekiel chapter 25, verse 12. Thus saith the Lord God, because that Edom hath dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance and hath greatly offended and revenged himself upon them. Therefore, thus saith the Lord power, I will also stretch out mine hand upon Edom and will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from Teman, and they of Dedan shall fall by the sword. Teman and Dedan were lands inside of
Where was that?
chapter 25,
verse 12. Now it says that they greatly avenged themselves.
You was in Ezekiel there?
Yeah.
You see how it says that they greatly avenged themselves? It's because first and foremost, Jacob took the blessing. Well, he didn't take it, but Jacob got the blessing of Esau, and he said that he hated his brother. You know what I'm saying? It tells you in Genesis 27 and 41. But also that's talking about like during the time of King Solomon, we had these fucking white people in subjection. Hate that, the Edomite, we were tossing them motherfuckers on cliffs. You know what I'm saying? So now when they came back into power under the Renaissance period, they had it out. And we pushed them into the Caucasus Mountain, all that, but they had it out for us. Yeah, that's what they named Caucasian.
That's
why you gotta read Obadiah from the top.
I got one. I don't know if we brought it out yet, right? But you keep asking where's what. This is in the New Testament, Romans. This is Romans chapter 9, verse 13.
That's
This
exactly
is Romans. You listening? Romans 9 and 13.
Keep going on that too.
It says, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated.
Now what does as it is written mean?
There was one spoken already.
Where? In the Old Testament.
Obadiah, Malachi.
Hold on. Jump back a couple of verses. Go to
The Most High
Start from the beginning.
start at verse 9. Hold on,
This is,
listen to this. Start at verse 9.
This is Romans chapter 9, verse 9. For this is the word of promise. At this time will I come, and Sarah shall have a son. And not only this, but when Rebekah also have conceived by one, even by our father Isaac, for the children being not yet born.
Stop right there. For the children, because you asked us earlier, does God create people that he don't like, he hates, right?
You want me to get it?
So he said for the children not yet being born. So they didn't even get a chance to do anything. They weren't even born yet.
I got it. For the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil,
Neither having done any good or evil,
that the purpose of Yahawah according to the election might stand, not of works, but of them that call it. It was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger.
So everything was set up before they was even born.
Stop
It was
right
already set up.
And that goes to your point. Oh, does the Most High make people he doesn't like?
Right.
That just answered your question. He chose them. The Most High wrote the script that we're playing right now before the creation.
And that's in the New
This is a
Testament.
movie that's on play right now. That's why I asked you earlier, do you believe that the Most High is all-knowing and all-powerful? Exactly. Go ahead, keep
It
going.
says, verse 13, as it is written,
Right.
Jacob have I loved.
Hold on, right there, right? It said, as it is written, right? You said it was written. That means it written well once before, right? It's Malachi chapter 1. We'll read verse 3.
We're going to go back.
It said, and I hate Esau.
I was going to get Genesis 25.
It says, Romans 9 and 13, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with Yahawah?
That's the same question you just asked.
Is there unrighteousness with God? Go ahead.
Yahawah forbid.
God forbid.
For he saith to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion.
Stop right there. I want you to jump to verse 20.
Now, what the Most High just said is, I'm the Most High. I do what the hell I want to do.
Now listen to this, right? Listen to this, right? Jump to verse 20.
God is love.
Can I make a vessel?
Yo, don't
greatest
subject
God.
don't subject him to just one emotion.
Right.
He's the creator of
I understand
everything.
he's a God of war, too.
Right, it tells you that in Deuteronomy. Now listen to this, right? Verse 20.
Verse 20. Nay, but O man, what art thou that repliest against Yahawah? Shall the thing formed say to him that formed it, why hast thou made me
Right,
thus?
so you can't tell the Most High what to do. Right?
I never will.
Go ahead.
Hath not the potter power over the clay, of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor,
One vessel unto honor,
and another unto
and
dishonor?
one vessel unto dishonor. So the Most High can create and do whatever you want to do.
Did you
So
know?
he made one vessel of honor and
I
another
learned
vessel
that.
of dishonor.
Did you not know that?
I
the
learned
Most High-
that with Pharaoh. He said, I raised them.
Right.
I raised them up for this purpose, for this day.
Right. Do you know that when the Most High's right hand
I
side,
learned that in Genesis.
what does the Most High's right hand signify? Righteousness, right?
Right.
But he has a left hand side as well, which is what? Now I'm gonna read you Proverbs and scripture. Matter of fact, let me.
Can't know one without
This
the
is
other.
Psalms chapter 17 and verse 13. Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. So the wicked even belongs to the Most High. That's why when you read Job 9 and 24, it says the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is it?
This is Isaiah chapter 45, verse 7. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things.
Where was that?
Back in Romans. Back in Romans, this is verse 22. What if Yahawah, willing to show his wrath and to make his power known, endured with much long suffering the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction? Meaning,
So that vessel was built to be destroyed. That
To show his power.
To show
Han.
Hey, call Lord YAHAWASHI.
Call Lord YAHAWASHI.
There's a precept that one he just brought out in Isaiah 45. It's Deuteronomy 32, verse 39. See now that I am he, and there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand.
Right. So you can't take the Most High, the Almighty, and subject him to just one emotion, which is love. That's a proud ass statement.
That's a false
That's
balance.
a false A. And the scripture says that a false balance is an abomination unto the Lord. When you go into Ecclesiastes 3, it tells you that there's a time and a season for everything under the sun. There's a time to build, there's a time to throw down. There's a time to love, and there's a time to hate. Now, we have to discern the time that we're living in right now. And we're living in a time when America is being brought down. But in the white man's head, he's building up fucking houses all over America. Because in his mind, his kingdom shall live on. That's vanity, that's pride. Which the scripture says, pride goes before destruction.
Right.
So the Most High put a proud spirit on him to do what? Destroy him, man.
Have you ever heard of cosmic disclosure?
Yeah, on YouTube, I've seen a couple of them.
Seen that shit? Isn't that crazy?
Yeah,
The cosmic
I've
disclosure.
seen a couple of them.
Secret sanctioned United States, whatever world leaders in. Yeah, all that
space,
craziness.
yeah.
They say that we have our way of life is studied by another creature or organization.
They say all the time. I don't believe that.
Gentlemen, I want to thank you for sharing.
No problem, man.
And I think it's beautiful the work you guys do.
We out here for brothers like you, man. We out here for brothers like you, man.
We out here for the
For
elect,
real,
man.
man. We out here for brothers like you,
Hold
bro.
on 1 second. Let me just get the brother. Hey, man, listen, hey, I know women, you know what I'm saying? We're out here every Saturday night, man. Come down.
Saturday night, I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got you.
Hey, you have a
fellas. I'll come
phone
by
or
and
anything?
send you
YouTube
something.
ready?
Yeah.
Hey, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Great Post, GMSORLANDO King 2.
That's beautiful.
All right, yeah. All right.
Got it.
All right. Yeah, just GMS.
Yahawah Shimei a power of knowledge.
Hey, you brought that out earlier. The Most High will send somebody to balance out the EPA.
That we can actually edify, man. So most of the time we out here yelling and screaming, telling people they're gonna get put to death, and it's true. But the Lord didn't give us these scriptures and this deep knowledge to only have the surface level. And the surface level is that the white man is going into slavery, that great judgment is coming, and that Jake is the Negroes, Latinos, and Native
I'll
Americans.
be praying for y'all fellas,
Hey,
man.
all right, man. Appreciate that. Hey, you gotta pray in the name of Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawashai, man. Not Jesus. Bahashem.
Bahashem is in his name.
Yahawah.
In the name of Bahashem,
Yahawashai.
Bahashem. Bahashem.
I can write it. I can type it for you. I can type it for you too.
Bahashem. No, I'm a quick learner.
Bahashem.
Bahashem.
Just use the name. Just use the name Yahawah, Yahawashai. Yeah, Yahawah. Yahawah is the father of Yahawashai. Good to see you, my man.
Love.
Yeah.
Shalom, shalom.
But yeah, sometimes you don't get the opportunity to edify, man.
That was a long good
And that's why the Lord will bring people out here that's sensitive spirits, that things may be brought out in knowledge, man. Because a lot of times, all we're able to give is the surface level of what we understand through the spirit and power of Yahawah Shemel Shah. But we didn't do all this studying just to come out here and only call the white man the devil. That's a given. That's an entry level understanding. People who are not Israelites understand that the so-called white man is the devil. They may say it in different ways, but we understand that the so-called white man is the devil and he's going into slavery. But telling him that is not going to get you saved. You know, because the Lord requires that we understand this knowledge for ourselves.
Ooh, I got you.
Because he said that not only to save myself, but them that hear us, man. If we only knew the surface knowledge, Esau going into slavery, the Lord is about to kill everybody, Jake is Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. If all you know is the surface level, if you had somebody that was sincere, that only had a Christian understanding, you wouldn't be able to deal with him. You know, and that's why the Lord brings examples like that, man. Comfort.
Oh, that brother started breaking down slowly.
Yeah, strongholds started breaking
Hey,
down.
but that's a testament to the power of Yahawah Shemel Shah.
All praise.
Oh, hey,
All
all
Yahawah
praises,
Shemel
honor, and
Shah.
glory goes to Yahawah Shemel Shah. That was beautiful. I was going to go into pride real quick. This is Sirach chapter 10, starting at 12. It says, the beginning of pride is when one departeth from Yahawah, and his heart is turned away from his maker. And right here we just witnessed the Yahawah Shemel Shah, through Lord's will, that a heart was in that the exact opposite was taking place, that somebody was being brought back, man. You know? Verse 13. For pride is the beginning of sin, and he that hath it shall pour out abomination, and therefore the Lord brought upon them strange calamities and overthrew them utterly. The Lord hath cast down the thrones of proud princes and set up the meek in their stead. The Lord hath plucked up roots of proud nations and planted the lowly in their place.
And Israel was a prime example of that, man. Israel was a prime example of having the law, statutes, and commandments, and thinking that they was running shit, man, because they had a little province under the Romans, man. They weren't even autonomous. They had to pay tribute to Rome, and they were still brought in their phylacteries, man, and walking around like they was hot shit.
They was in their own kingdom.
So the Lord, the same pride that other nations showed, Jake was showing that with the scriptures, man. Which is why we got plucked up, and the Lord created room for the Gentiles, which are Israelites who didn't know they were Israelites, to come back into the fold. They fell off so that the rest of the nation that didn't know that they were Israelites could be gathered back, man.
Right.
You got it.
Verse 16. The Lord overthrew countries of the heathen and destroyed them to the foundations of the earth.
Because by nature, the heathens are proud, man.
Exactly.
By nature, the heathens are proud because they don't have the understanding of YAHAWASHI, and they never had it. There's a difference between Jake and the rest of the nations. The rest of the nations never had life in the form of the scriptures. They never had a power give them instructions on how to run their life. So they've always been in a state of pride, man. It's just different levels of pride, with Esau being the top form of their expression of pride.
Word Khan. That's why when you read Ezekiel 36, it says, and when they entered onto the heathen, whither they went, they profaned my holy name. When they said to them, these are the people of the Lord, and are gone forth out of his land. That's why the Most High said he's doing this for his holy name's sake, man. Because it was profaned amongst the heathen, man. And while we profaned it, what? They got proud of that, man. Like, oh, these are those people? That's why you read Wisdom of Solomon 5:1. It says, you know, they were saying, you know, are these the people that we had in derision, man? You know? Okay, but back in Sirach 10, it says, it's verse 17. It says, he took some of them away and destroyed them, and hath made their memorial to cease from the earth. Pride was not made for men, nor furious anger for them that are born of a woman. They that fear the Lord are a sure seed, and they that love him an honorable plant. They that regard not the law are a dishonorable seed, and they that transgress the commandments are a deceivable seed. Among brethren, he that is chief is honorable, so are they that fear the Lord in his eyes.
And it says that pride was not made for man, because the Lord isn't even proudful, man, and he's created all things. And he said the majority of his works are hidden from man's eyes, that he may not. That's like saying the Lord did all of this, and he just kept most of his works on the hush hush. There's a lot of things that we don't know that the Lord done that's magnificent. And the only way the Lord's going to actually be able to open that up and share that with us is with eternal life. The only way we can have eternal life is we got to keep the law, statutes, and commandments perfect. You know, but the Lord said pride was not made for man, neither anger of him that is born of a woman, because the Lord has suffered all of this shit for a period of time. He's patiently suffered all of this that he may show his wrath in this day, man. So who are you to get angry over a petty issue? You know, these are things that we constantly have to work every day at being, because we're still born of a woman. You know, so we're still flawed individuals, but we still have to strive for perfection. You know?
Two precepts, since you bring that out. It's John chapter 16, verse 33. These things have I spoken unto you.
So you know.
You read it again. It's John 16, 33. It say, these things have I spoken unto you, that in me ye might have peace. In the world ye shall have tribulation, but be of good cheer, I have overcame the world.
Yeah, Yahawashi has already conquered the world, man. But while we're here, we're supposed to occupy until he gets here, man. And part of occupying is getting this understanding, and a big part of occupying is applying these scriptures to your life. This is our open classroom, meaning all the scriptures we learn, the Lord puts obstacles in our way every day, every week, that we may apply these scriptures and be better than we were the day before. You got it right.
This is Psalms chapter 103, verse 20. Bless ye. It say, bless the Lord Yahawah, YAHAWASHI, ye his angels that excel in strength, that do his commandments, hearken unto the voice of his word. Bless ye the Lord, all ye his hosts, ye ministers of his that do his pleasure.
And what we're doing is the Lord's pleasure, man. The Lord is not pleased with all of these people out here in these clubs, running around these preachers in these churches. The Lord is not pleased with those works. The Lord is pleased with the works of the hopeful elect, man. Whether it be on the highways or hedges, or whether it be where man's eyes cannot see what you're doing. All of those things are pleasing to the Lord if they're done in righteousness and sincerity.
In verse 22, it say, bless the Lord, all his works, in all the places of his dominion. Bless the Lord, O my soul.
Come.
This is Romans chapter 12, verse 1. I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, wholly acceptable unto the Most High, which is your reasonable service.
It's a reasonable service. Now, YAHAWASHI has already conquered the world, but your reasonable service is to be a living sacrifice, man, to show forth the labor of love and to occupy in being better than you were the day before with the words of YAHAWASHI. That's the pleasure that the Lord takes when he sees that out of his men, man. You got it.
This is 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 1. Though therefore, my son, be strong in the grace that is in YAHAWASHI, and the things that thou hast heard of me among many witnesses, the same commit thou to faithful men, who shall be able to teach others also.
And that's what we're doing now, man. The gospel has been committed to us by our elders, by our apostles, by the elder Archeum. And then we're out here to do the same thing, to find men that are able to withstand the trials and tribulations that can receive this understanding as well, man. You got it.
Though therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Hamashiach. No man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life.
So as you continue to grow in this truth, you start to separate yourself more and more from the world. And a big thing is that the more you grow in this truth, you separate yourself from the world, but you learn how to maneuver through it as well. Because there's a period of time where you completely shut yourself out from the world, and then once the Lord has established your foundation, you learn how to maneuver. You got it.
That he may please him who have chosen him to be a soldier. And if any man also strive for masteries, yet is he not crowned, except he strive lawfully.
And that's what we're doing. We're striving lawfully to attain the incorruptible crown.
Oh, this is going back to what you were saying about reasonable service. It's Isaiah starting chapter 53, starting at verse 1. Who hath believed our report? And to whom is the arm of the Lord revealed? For he shall grow up before him a tender plant, and as a root out of dry ground. He hath no form nor comeliness, and when we shall see him, there is no beauty that we shall desire him.
And that's going into YAHAWASHI. But who's able to believe our report? The elect, man. The hopeful elect right now, which will manifest into the elect, the first fruits that were meant to receive this from the foundation of the earth, man.
Verse 3, he is despised and rejected of men, a man of sorrows and acquainted with grief. And we hid as it were our faces from him. He was despised, and we esteemed him not. Surely he hath borne our griefs and carried our sorrows, yet we did esteem him stricken, smitten of Yahweh and afflicted. But he was wounded for our transgressions, he was bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace was upon him, and with his stripes we were healed.
Right, because YAHAWASHI came as a regular man. He wasn't a man to be desired after.
Hey.
Call them.
What happened?
No, I'm saying my ancestors from Israel, originally Jewish. So,
On your mom's side or your father's side?
both sides.
Both sides?
Well, the biblical Jews are the Negro Americans today.
The people in Israel call themselves Jews today are not the real Jews.
They are of the tribe of Amalek.
Yeah, it's facts.
Well,
I've heard that so many times, and I understand. But like, you know, is it almost impossible for people to share religion?
It's not
is a race. They've turned it into a religion known as Judaism. Right, but Judaism is a religion. But coming from the tribe of Judah, which makes you a Jew, means you descend from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob and Judah. And Jacob had 12 sons: Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, Zebulun, Ephraim, Manasseh, Gad, Reuben, Naphtali, Asher, and Issachar.
My mother is Cuban and my father is North American, which technically makes him a Native American, correct?
I mean,
It depends.
Right.
it depends because I know
My
if you heard
father
of,
is a Native American, my mother is Cuban. What you said your parents were from? Excuse me?
is that, wait, hold on, is that why you're saying that though?
You said your parents
No,
were
no,
from
no,
Israel.
No,
You asked me, you said,
no, you said that
said both of them
when
were
you first
Jewish.
woke up, you said that your ancestors or your parents come from Israel. What did you mean by that? Can you elaborate?
What I mean by that is that, everybody initially addresses themselves that they are Judas, if they're Jew, they address themselves from Israel. But when I did I'm pretty sure you guys are familiar with the ancestry.
Oh, you're talking about the DNA.
My father is from North America, my mother is Cuban. So you talk about it right here, which is, both of my family's ancestors are from the
Manasseh?
But it's according to your
And
father.
then my father is
Would be
from
Gad.
So
Gad.
is he an American Indian?
Okay, excuse me?
Is he an American Indian? Is he a Native
sir.
American?
Yes, sir. I'm not familiar with what exactly which tribe he was.
That's enough information.
Yeah,
What I'm
so
saying,
that's why I
what
wanted to ask
does
the
that
first
make me?
one.
What does that make me?
Well, okay, according to the scriptures, first and foremost,
Yes, sir.
your lineage is determined by the seed of your father, which the first four letters of the word lineage is line, L-I-N-E.
Yes.
That the line of your father to son to father to son, 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 son. That's
I'm
how
a child. Does that make a difference?
you're still your lineage is still determined by the seed of your father. Like in agriculture, you plant a seed. Like if I took an apple and I planted it the same apple, one seed in Jamaica and one in America. I mean, the apple that grew in Jamaica might be sweeter than this apple because that soil is more fertile and richer. But nevertheless, those plants are the same thing.
So,
What I'm trying,
okay, so explain to me what you mean by
what
that.
I'm trying to say is that the man carries the seed no matter where it's planted.
Okay.
So you're gonna have Israelites that look different,
Yes,
but
exactly.
because of the seed of the father, they are the same race. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
So
According to your father's seed,
right,
you are one of the children of Israel.
right. If your father goes back to the native, the true native, because you had something called the $5 Indians, where white people were changing their birth certificates to say they were Native Americans to get like tax benefits of it. Just saying. I'm not saying
but
you
this
for
is a
sure.
separate question.
Right.
So, do you believe that white people, as a general, are against rape?
According to the color.
They're against
Nationality.
They're not against white. Okay, let me explain. They're against Israelites. Okay, but as white people, as like America, they're for Israel, the state of Israel. But as and that goes back to Genesis chapter 26.
So if people are Israeli, as a general,
Right.
why would you categorize them?
Because Israelis and Israelite is two different things. Israeli is a citizenship.
But if you're talking about generations, if I was an Israelite, through generations,
Right.
wouldn't that technically make me connected to the original?
Yes, of course.
So then
Who
why
you're
on this?
learning, who
So
you're
then,
learning.
so then why on this board are you showing separate, almost categories for Israelites?
Because we know that in the last days, according to Genesis 49, that the nation of Israel will be in one last slavery, and we believe that slavery to be the one that's here in America. When we came over here, first and foremost, when the conquistadors came over here, to the Native Americans and all those people, they came to a people that was speaking a Hebrew dialect. That's why Christopher Columbus came with Hebrew interpreters on his ships.
Are you 100% sure?
That's correct.
And how do you know that? For sure. For sure.
History and research.
From
History and facts.
Well, how do you know that history hasn't been changed or
Okay, for instance,
manipulated? I'm playing devil's advocate.
No, there's
That's
nothing
it.
wrong with that. You have something called the Back Creek Stone,
Okay.
which is the oldest. If it's the Back Creek Stone is the oldest rendition of the land in America. It was written in ancient Paleo-Hebrew. Right. Who in it, during that time that the artifact dates to, who was living in so-called Native Americans? They had customs. They had customs.
No, the Native Americans that were here before, you know, quote unquote, the white man, whatever. Right. Okay, they had entitlement to the land. I do not agree with anything they have done, pushed off, eliminated.
Yeah, but that was all the will of the Most High anyway. That was all the will of the Heavenly Father.
But that's human nature though, to be dominant. You know what I mean? If there's gonna be I honestly, I love what you guys are doing. I love that you guys are out here, you know, telling what y'all believe. Absolutely. I'm saying
It's according to the scripture.
and I am not saying that I go against anything y'all are saying. I just like to question, and get an understanding of what y'all believe in, everything like that. So, you know, and I don't, and you know what I believe, not what I believe, but what I see by this is that
when Nimrod built the Tower of Babel, right? How did the Lord smite the people? Because remember, when he built the tower, everybody was of one speech, one language, and they all were together in unity. So how did the Lord change that? He smote everybody with different languages. Why? To separate. The Most High to separate.
and this is the thing that I get from religion in general.
This is not a religion, though. Once again, this is a nationality of people.
The Lord ain't give us religion.
The Lord gave us law, statutes, and commandments after we came out of Egypt. Right.
They came from a guy named Constantine.
Yes, sir.
Right. You know about Constantine?
Yes, sir.
Council of Nicaea.
Council of Nicaea. They said all that. They had all these different Methodists and Catholics and Pentecostals.
Oh,
Playing
catch up.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Being an Israelite is not a religion. Being an Israelite means you descend from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Jacob had 12 sons. These are his sons in the Bible. See this in Genesis 49. I'm going to read this. I'm going to show you that the Lord is separate.
No, absolutely.
This Deuteronomy 32.
I love this type of stuff.
This Deuteronomy 32, verse 8. It said, when the Most High divided to the nations,
Separated.
right? He divided to the nations their inheritance. When he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bound of the people according to the number of the children of Israel.
So he separated. He's always separated. Because you know why he did that? Because everybody had their own mannerisms. You get what I'm saying? Now we could deal with each other in trade, commerce, but as far as living together and especially considering the point that in the kingdom of heaven, we're gonna have to teach the heathen nations the laws of this, of YAHAWASHI and YAHAWASHI.
What do y'all stand for?
Hold on, let me let this come out real quick. This is Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy power. The Lord thy power hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
So, by that scripture, sorry, I'm a little shaky on why.
He made these people
But I'm saying, but do these people stand above everyone else?
Hold on. What does that scripture mean?
What do you think?
I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read it again. Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy power.
What the word holy means?
What does the word holy mean?
The word holy itself means separate.
That's not true.
Because when you have
So what does it mean? What does it mean? What does it mean?
It could be a lot of different meanings.
You're saying it could be,
A lot of
but
you
give
don't
us
even
the
indulge.
definition of what does it mean?
I want to hear where you're coming from.
What does the word holy mean?
I don't know.
So how are you going to tell us that we're wrong?
Because I know for a
If
fact
you
holy
don't-
means that.
If you don't know, how can you say that somebody's wrong when you don't know?
Right, I shouldn't say
All
that.
right, then.
all
But
I'm
we're
saying
telling
is,
you what it means.
It don't make sense to me for some reason.
It don't have to make sense to you.
I want to hear where you're
Scripture says, let every man be a liar and let God be true, man.
what scripture says.
I got it.
So I just want to know, like, what do y'all stand for?
Okay,
Great
this
night.
is what we're standing for. We're out here to let the
Have a
Negroes
great night.
Latinos,
I
Native
appreciate what you guys are
Americans
doing. I love
that they're
Y'all
not
safe, man.
Negroes, they're not Latinos, and they're not Native Americans. They are the biblical descendants of the children that walked through
The devil horns.
Judah, Benjamin, Levi,
Left
down
it
to
through the
Issachar.
devil horns.
Okay? To let them
Trying to
know
put a
that
curse on
after
us?
they find out who
I don't
they are,
know, but he threw
to
the
come
devil
back
horns.
to
Trying to put a curse.
the knowledge of the Lord of the Lord of the Bible, the God of the Bible. His name is the Most High's name is Yahawah, not God. His son's name is YAHAWASHI, not Jesus. And to come back to his law, statutes, and commandments.
These are the chosen people the Lord coming back
Right.
to redeem.
Right.
So,
Whether you
only.
believe it or not, Negroes, Latinos, and the Native Americans are made better than everybody else on the face of the earth. Which is why they fear us. Which is why they had to get into a conglomerate together.
Which is why we run faster, which is why we jump faster, which is
And we
why
don't deal with
everything.
personal opinions
We're the
about
salt of the earth,
it.
all right?
How did I get my opinion now?
It's
Go ahead,
not-
go
we
ahead.
don't deal with opinions, man.
Well, that's
We deal
that
with
kills the point of the conversation, though, right?
Not all the time.
Opinions are like assholes, man. Everybody got one. And most of them stink.
Okay, but
Coming up here just making shit
if
up.
y'all were supposed to influence someone, right, to believe what you believe in, or be able to get facts, why would you not hear what the other person has to say?
Because
though?
we already know that the Lord has a certain amount of number of these people that are going to get it regardless.
But you won't be able to influence someone or your
But,
opinion if you don't
this,
listen to
okay,
them.
then we ain't out here for everybody.
Let me bring this out.
You're right, you're not.
We're only here for the elect.
Yeah.
This is Isaiah chapter 55, verse 7. Let the wicked forsake his ways, and the unrighteous man his thoughts. And let him return unto the Lord, and he will have mercy upon him, and to our power for the will abundantly pardon. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord.
The Lord is God, though. That's a
Right.
Right, so you coming up here, oh, I don't believe that, this is my opinion. The Lord
No, I
is
never
not
said I
about
didn't
your
believe that. I
opinion.
was just trying to hear what y'all had to say.
You
I
said you
told
didn't
you.
believe
You
that the
said
word
you
holy
didn't
meant
believe
separate. But you don't know that
Well, you don't know the definition of the word holy.
You
I
said
don't.
But you was giving us your opinion.
Look, man.
You got a cell phone, Google it.
Yeah,
Google
yeah,
it.
just
He
Google
said
it,
it. He
man.
said it.
You
He
came
said
up and
it.
said it don't mean that. All you gotta do is just Google it or, you know.
say you don't know, man.
I was just wanting to come here and have a discussion, man.
Yeah, we gave you. Hey, listen, we told you, asked us a question, we answered it, man. The word holy means separate.
So you
Now, let me ask you a question.
Yeah, what's
If
up?
you have a bunch of people and you say, these people are holy, doesn't that put a separation between the people that are unholy? It does. So the word holy means separate.
So I get what you're saying from that point. I mean, I understand what you're
Hey,
saying.
it's facts.
But
Holy people are separate from unholy people.
But that's how. But everybody can't be holy though.
Nobody said that. But the
Yeah.
ones that are separate from the unholy ones.
Of course, yeah.
So the word holy means separate.
They tell you the Lord separated
So
these.
if that's the definition, that's the definition. I didn't know that.
That's why you gotta humble yourself, brother. You can't
Hey,
just act
I came up to y'all humble.
Nah, yeah, but with your mouth, you weren't humble as your mouth, with your speech, though.
I got a precept for you real quick before you leave, bro. This is 2nd Esdras, chapter 6 and 54. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all.
So we know according to the scriptures, everybody walking on the planet Earth right now is a descendant of Adam and Eve, right?
Correct.
All right, go ahead.
And the people also whom thou hast chosen.
Right, so that's separation right there, because out of all the children of Adam, he has a specific set of people that he's chosen. He just read it in Deuteronomy 7 and 6, which happens to be today known as the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. He dominates sports. The only thing we don't dominate at right now is our mentality. That's it. Physically, we demand. Everything else we excel. Is our mental state is brought low. But the Most High did that for a reason, because we're going through a punishment right now. So go ahead on that.
All this have I spoken before thee,
Right?
O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes.
Right. And this is the prophet Ezra speaking. Ezra was an Israelite.
I read the word. Now.
Right. Okay. But this is the prophet Ezra speaking, right? He was an Israelite. He said that you made the world for our sakes. The brother just brought it out in Deuteronomy 32 and 8, where it says he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel, right? Keep going on that. Huh?
As for the other people,
The other people, which means what?
Hey, no pictures,
Separation.
man.
which also come up.
The Lord is about when the Lord put his hands on Esau and he give us the spirit to put our hands on Esau, ain't no amount of tears and crying and pleading that Esau goes to whenever he's in a position of difficulty, it's gonna work in that day, man. And it's because of right now. It's because when they had the power to show mercy, when they had the power to be kind, they didn't do that, man.
They know it's heavy. Hey, the Most High blessed the so-called white man with the spirit of the sword for a reason, man. Because, hey, they can't go head-to-head with Jake, man. You think these fucking these feeble Edomites, you know, go head-to-head with Jake, man, without the sword, man? The Most High had to give them that one up to fulfill his will, man. You know, Proverbs 16:4, man. He created the wicked for the day of evil, man.
Yeah.
You know?
And then it's about see, Esau don't even offer you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans common courtesy or respect, man. And that goes to show you that Esau has no desire for your respect or to see you as an equal, man. You tell Esau not to take pictures, he feel like he has a right to take a picture of you. Because in their spirit, they still feel like your property, man.
Behind the message, and we out here in public.
We out here on the open, standing for what we believe in. But this is the time that we're living in, man. We in a time where Esau's trying to win every single battle because he's losing the war, man. So any little battle, any small little victory Esau can get, he's gonna take it.
Right, that's why the scripture says he's gonna come down on you with a great wrath because he knoweth that he had but a short time, man. Hey, Esau, the so-called white man, is on his way out the fucking door. Now he's at the point where he's just being petty.
Hand in hand.
You know? Yeah. He's at the point where now he's just being petty.
Yeah.
He's at the petty level, this petty stage now. That's really all it is. But hey, Yahawashi already got the victory when he died on the cross, harmless and undefiled, man. That was the victory, man.
Our Lord and Savior already got the victory.
He already got the victory, and that's what the brothers have faith in. We don't have to get busy with motherfuckers like him. This is his kingdom. We beat his ass right now. Guess what? We go to jail. A pack of angry niggas beat a white boy up. That's what the headline is going to be.
The Lord is going to deal with him.
Right. Yeah, the Lord going to deal with them.
But you know what? The point is that even him filming is not going to stop the so-called white man from going into slavery. Him and all his people going into slavery, and there's nothing that he can do about it. He can make 1,000 videos, and it's not going to prevent the will of YAHAWASHI.
Hey, it's gonna be a beautiful thing seeing pale people in slavery.
Because you know what? His people did the same thing when our people were hanging on trees. They delighted in showing videos and taking selfies and all of that, and now they doing it to this day.
They even brought their children when they was hanging us, so we're a spectacle, just like normal.
Picnics and barbecues.
But the Lord said we're gonna make a spectacle. Let's get there.
She's definitely gonna get destroyed.
Yeah.
Definitely gonna get destroyed. By the Lord.
How we out here with Bibles and people still find a way to start drama?
I got a black wife. It ain't talking about.
That's not gonna save you, Op. Still ain't gonna save you.
Your wife's gonna get destroyed. She's gonna be born in the kingdom in her right mind.
Exactly.
And the
They
Lord,
had black wives in slavery too. They was raping our women.
Yeah.
Your wife
That ain't gonna save you, buddy.
She's just a coon.
What? Really?
Yeah.
She's a traitor. Why is she a traitor?
They're dealing with you.
She's a dealer with you.
You call my wife a dude? Yeah. And you think you're I'm the racist?
Yeah.
I got 2 kids by her, dude.
Wait, I
got 2 kids by her, and you're gonna call my wife a coon?
I never said
Fuck
I
you!
wasn't racist. That's it?
You are a piece of shit,
That's it?
and you keep spreading your fucking
That's it?
lies. Keep spreading your fucking
That's
lies.
it?
Yeah.
Going into slavery, black boy.
Yeah. You know
Going into
why I'm
slavery.
mad? You know why I'm
You're going
mad?
into slavery.
Because you don't know shit from shit.
I didn't ask you. I didn't ask you. Roid raging right now? Yeah, go down the block. Roid raging. Fucking roid raging.
Do I scare you?
Hell
Do
no.
I scare you?
Hell no.
Yeah, I do. I can see the fear in your eyes.
I bet you do.
You're a fucking liar.
I bet.
You're a...
I bet.
Oh,
I bet.
Demons is out.
I bet.
These demons are out tonight, bro.
That boy's bigger than him. Fuck out of here.
Think you're a man because you got a black woman. You think you're a man. You think you down 'cause you got a
Obadiah
dick.
verse 12. But thou shouldest not even have looked on the day of thy brother in the day that he became a stranger, neither shouldest thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction, neither shouldest thou have spoken proudly in the day of their distress, man.
Meaning you should have kept walking. You shouldn't have looked. You should have kept walking. You shouldn't have looked.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have looked. You should have kept walking. Now you got judged. Now you got marked. Now you sealed your fate. You got a missile with you. A missile with your name on it.
Hey, but listen, 50 years ago,
the pride of that
he would have
heart.
got fucking hung for this shit.
I know.
Right.
That's why he's mad. That's why he's mad.
His power is diminishing.
That's why he's
America's
mad.
Hey, Trump Pence, man. Donald Trump is gonna get this place fucking nuked.
Let's get it.
I cannot wait.
He sees his kingdom is falling. You
kingdom
mad,
is
right?
falling, man.
What's the Dow? Check the Dow Jones. What's the Dow Jones?
Everything down last time I checked.
Because your kingdom is falling.
Hey,
What
listen,
you
this
mean?
is what happens
What
when
you mean? Look
Esau
around.
got
Everybody
a gun.
hates you. Every country hates you. Canada hates you. The NATO hates. Everybody hates you, man.
White man don't got a gun on my hip.
You got a gun on you? You don't know me.
Huh?
Maybe I do. I do
Bro,
have
he's a little on the sweet
Who
side,
gives a shit
bro.
if you got a gun, man? We ain't scared of no guns, bro. We don't need guns. Keep your gun. That's your blessing.
We don't need guns.
That's your blessing. We got the Bible. We don't need nothing. We're not. All we doing is preaching the word, and you getting mad. You getting mad because we reading out the Bible. Were we talking to you? No. Were we talking to you? Goddamn devil.
Calm down.
We ain't scared.
I'm definitely used to it. That's all I do. I'm in that family. I've got that family.
You ain't.
No, you're not.
You ain't in no
He's gonna go home and beat up his wife, man. Leave him alone. He's gonna take it out on her. Leave her alone, bro. He's gonna take it out on his wife.
Project that racist shit.
He will take it
all
out on his
day.
wife.
I know he is.
Guess what? Anybody.
Into them ghetto gaggers. I know. That's what the white.
yeah,
That's what he
yeah,
like.
yeah,
That's why he got a white little black shit.
Look me in the eye.
You like them?
Because you don't know me.
Hey, we don't want to know.
You don't want to know. You don't want to know
Actually, we
me.
do know you.
Hey,
You
you
Esau,
think
you
you
know
Esau
me.
the
Yeah.
devil, man.
Anyway, back to this. Leave this dude alone, man. Leave him alone, man. We gave him too much spotlight. Go back to the scriptures, man. Leave this guy alone, man.
This is 1 Samuel chapter 2, verse 3. Talk no more so exceeding proudly. Let no arrogancy come out of your mouth. For the Lord is a God of knowledge, and by him actions are weighed.
Con.
So the Lord is weighing all actions, man. All of the things you say.
You don't supposed to be sure.
I don't.
He's trying to provoke you.
He's good. Hey,
Don't fall. He's trying to provoke you. Leave that devil alone, man. You think he's slick. Leave that devil alone.
Let him go home and watch his
He
video
trying,
and
he
shirt
trying to
off.
make some noise on his
Go beat up your wife, Ock.
Every idle word a man shall make account of.
Black men go jerk off.
Hey, man, get out of here, man. Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
What's love? What's love?
We let
What's
our
the
people know
definition of love?
that so
Just read the Bible, man.
I will sit beside you. I'll grab your beer. I'll grab your
Yeah, why he's the
What do you
devil,
want?
man? You're not white. You're red.
Shake my hand.
I don't shake hands. I don't. That's a
You
heathen.
define love.
That's a heathen
Let
custom.
our people know.
What do you
This
want?
is love right here.
Yeah, we
These
are
brothers right here.
yeah.
This is love.
And the same thing that your people did
But
to us in
I
captivity.
want a chance.
Well, then they said,
I
the
want a
Lord is
chance.
coming back to judge.
Love is a chance.
We the real Jews.
Ain't that a chance?
Was that love?
Judah.
Hold on. Oh, hey, was that love? Did we get a chance? Was that love? Is that love?
Was I there?
They Jew is.
Did you pay for that?
Was I there?
Did we get paid back? Did we get? Hold on. Did we ever get? You were there actually. You were there, but like that. Do you benefit off of that? Hold on.
He's a Jew.
This is Isaiah chapter 14, verse 21. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land. Salakia. Isaiah chapter 14, verse 21.
Yo, hold on.
Hey, let this scripture come out, man. Hey, let this scripture come out.
Isaiah chapter 14, verse 21. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their
Hey,
fathers.
do you know what a slaughter is, man? Have you ever been to a slaughterhouse? You see what happens, but have you been to a slaughterhouse? You see what happens in a slaughterhouse? What happens in a slaughterhouse? And shit gets cut the fuck up in the slaughterhouse, man. Hey, the scripture says to prepare you for slaughter, for the crimes of your
Iniquities of your fathers.
You know why? Because you're accessories after the fact. You walk around on stolen land, happy, yo, giggity pop.
Taking pictures, recording, motherfuckers.
You're right. And you know what makes you a fucking hypocrite? Even by your own law, there's no statutory.
That's what makes
There's no statutory on rape or murder, right? Right? In America, there's no statutory on rape or murder. Meaning if I commit a rape or a murder 100 years ago, I can still get held liable and go to court and get. Right? You're an accessory after the fact. You're an accessory after the fact.
That law get
Hey,
rid of.
first and foremost,
You
your
won't
vote,
ever.
your vote
You
don't
won't
count.
ever. My
Your
vote
vote
don't count.
You know the Constitution?
So we're
And
just saying,
electoral
where do you
votes
take it
count.
from as
You're
far
just a
as,
popular
That
vote.
to get a president.
That's a popular vote.
That to get a
But you
president.
guys, our votes don't matter for shit. bro.
Exactly.
We think we have
It's the
power,
hippie
but we
one.
fucking don't.
Revelation
Hey.
chapter
We
13,
think we're in charge? Nah.
verse
Hey.
9.
We have
If
no
any man have an ear, let him hear.
If any man has understanding,
He
let him understand.
that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
Must be killed with the sword.
He that kills with the sword must be killed with the sword, man. Hey, man, when the Apostle Peter, man, he smote the Roman soldier's ear off, the Roman centurion. Hey, Yahawashi said, put your sword back up, man. Because he that liveth by the sword shall die by the sword, man. Hey, the Most High blessed Esau with the spirit of the sword, which is just another justification for getting rid of the so-called. Hey, I've never seen so many checks and balances on the people to get rid of them. Hey, the Most High's bad.
Let me talk real quick.
He's bad. He put every kind of justification on getting rid of these motherfuckers that I could think of
But let me
in my little human feeble mind.
Who went to Africa?
He put it on them.
Who went to Africa?
That's some gangster shit, man.
Just,
Hey, that Yahawah
he's
Shimei
just. He's a fair, just God.
Yeah,
So
man.
you beg for a blessing. I gave you one. I gave you 2
He's
chances,
so
nigga.
fair and it don't seem
I gave you 3 chances to preach the Romans. You know, I gave you chance after chance.
Hey, the Most High is beautiful for that, man. Hey, and like I said, these so-called white people is used to niggas when they looking at them. They can't even look in their fucking face.
Yeah, he said don't look me in
And
the
I see
eye.
that shit every day, man. Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans.
He said don't look him in the eye?
He
said don't look him in the eye?
Why? Because you're still making
said don't look him in the eye?
Yeah, he told me.
Suffering from Stockholm syndrome. So when Whitey comes around, he want to get on. He want to get on your tippy toes and do a good job extra, right? But then you don't want to show the same respect to your own people. Hey man, hey, when the so-called white man took the yoke of iron, the physical yoke of iron off our necks, you know what he left? He left a mental yoke of iron on our minds, man. That leash is still around our minds, man.
They're a Latin-based language.
Finished, man. The scripture says my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. You know why? Because you got Spanish people talking about I'm Spanish. I'm proud to be Spanish. Well, guess what? The Filipinos got conquered by the conquistadors too, but they don't fucking consider themselves Spanish. Half of the Filipinos I know got Spanish last names.
Right.
But guess what? They not over there talking about, oh, I'm Spanish and I'm proud to be Hispanic.
What even is religion?
You know what I'm saying?
What is it?
You know what? They do. They're proud of it.
Yeah,
They
like,
go
what is
around.
it?
They're
Like,
proud of it.
is
They're
it just
proud
like
of being
it's a
Spanish.
man-made
I've
thing?
never-
Honestly,
what
I
language
believe
do
in a
they
higher
speak in
power.
the
I just don't know who it is.
I'm asking you.
Just don't know who it is.
What is it?
There's a higher power, absolutely fucking moving. There's a higher power to me. But who is it? Who like, what God is real? There's been like so many
That's not what I
gods.
said.
Exactly.
That's not what I said. So listen carefully before you open your mouth, okay?
There are
You can
how many
back up.
gods are there? There's been Zeus, there's been Poseidon, there's been
Well,
Hades.
that's all Greek
So many
gods.
fucking
Like
gods,
what I said,
bro.
you got
how many
spit-
gods? Like what
so-called-
God is
hold
real?
on, listen.
Tell me that.
Huh?
What God is real?
The God of the Bible, Yahawah.
Are you sure? Because
The God
God
positive.
and the Bible has been man-made.
Positive. You know why?
We've been,
He
we've
parted
been
the Red
talking
Sea.
about the Bible for
He parted
how
the
many
Red
years?
Sea.
3,500
He
years.
parted the Red
Dude,
Sea.
I'm
it's
gonna
been
say
translated.
in the Bible they say
all-
that the
The
Jewish
Bible,
faith,
the word
the
Jewish
every
is in the
religion
Bible
is
one
They
time.
don't say Judah is
Every
the chosen
religion
people. They
is
say the
fake.
Jewish people.
Fuck
They don't say the
religion.
Jewish
Fuck
thing.
God.
That's a lie.
What scripture?
That's a lie.
What scripture is that?
Jewish, not Judah. Judah
Well,
is
show
different
me
than
Jewish in the Bible.
Ain't real,
Show it to
man.
me. Pull your Bible out and show it.
But how do you know
Put
your
your money
God
where
is
your mouth
real?
is.
You got a cell
How do you know
phone.
any
You got your
God
cell
is real?
phone.
Like, what
You're
is
the
God?
one quoted.
You're
You're the one quoted.
Yo,
Hold on,
hold
hold on, hold on.
Like,
Well, you're the one quoted.
this
You're the
world
one
is like
quoted.
so
You just-
dark.
you're
Yeah,
making
this world's so dark and we are like
No, you're
all
making a statement, right? What is
Back it
I'm
up.
asking you to prove your statement.
Judaism, not
I'm asking you to prove your statement.
Dude, honestly,
Who you
evolution.
actually
I
prove
believe
your
in
statement?
evolution. Evolution.
What Bible's on that?
Oh, the nigga woman
That's
is
the thing I
finished,
don't
by the
know.
way.
Like, does anyone know?
But it's okay. They'll come back. They'll come back.
Who knows?
What Bible genre are you quoting?
The scripture, but we made that.
Is this your man?
We translated
Is this
it
your man?
over years.
You're not
Is this
looking
your
at Bible
man?
genre.
This your girl?
Watch where you go.
Who are you quoting?
You're about to get stuck.
No, I'm
Do you know
saying,
who
is
you're
your woman?
quoting?
Probably did.
Watch.
Who
Is this
are
your
you
woman?
quoting?
Watch where you
Can
go.
I ask
I said,
you
is
a
this your
Watch
question?
where you go.
Hey, what's up with all these tough guys tonight, bro?
Wait, he's going. I know where he's going.
You guys
I know where he's going.
Where are you going?
You guys can roll up the street, man.
Why
That's
not?
respect.
Why not deserve the respect
That's
that we
respect.
talk to?
I'm giving
No,
you
Make
no,
threats,
no.
man. You can roll up the
Are
street,
we
man.
not in the United States? Who are you quoting?
I'm asking him to
What
find me a
Bible?
scripture that says
What
Yahweh.
Bible are you quoting?
Actual evidence.
Why are you talking to your man? He can talk
What
to you.
Bible? I'm asking myself.
Dude, you know what? Because this is the
What
thing.
Bible?
Wait,
No.
hold on. Wait, no, so we just came from
The dialect is
United
between
Arab
y'all
Emirates.
two.
We were just in the United Arab Emirates,
right.
and this is the same way
Right.
that the Muslim faith
Right.
Well, I don't know how to
is
yeah.
only the man can
That's
speak.
a
It's
religion.
made by
Only the
someone.
man
By
can
something.
speak.
So what?
You're damn right it is.
Yeah, and,
What
and what happened when the
made it?
so-called white man went over there? He spread his democracy and did what? Because to destroy
No,
a
there's
nation.
the
no
Middle East.
democracy in that area. Are you
You're
stupid?
trying to spread the
There's
democracy
not.
over there.
There's zero.
You're trying to
There's
spread the
zero,
democracy.
darling. There's
So you're
nothing
telling me in the
going.
Middle East they've never held elections?
Of women?
Are you telling me?
Absolutely not. Of women?
said of women?
Absolutely
Nobody said of
not.
women. He said of election.
It's not
So she
democracy.
be elections.
Oh my God.
Still don't know what fucking thing.
Honestly, like,
She's
I
changed
talked to
everything
somebody
up.
That was in the military.
I know, she's
Bullshit.
changing everything up.
Bullshit.
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 Like, how do
He
you
said
know
he said
religion-
elections.
I said
and you
elections.
said